Could we have the lights up for questions?
Well, thank you for coming, everybody. Just a few quick announcements. One, there's going to be a reception, a book signing with Professor Dawkins up in the Wisconsin room. That's on the second floor of this building, immediately following the Q&A section. But next, I would like to invite people to come down and ask questions to Professor Dawkins. Now, clarification, those are questions. Those are questions 30 seconds or shorter. It's not an opportunity for you to read your thesis to Professor Dawkins or share your life philosophy. These are questions. So without further ado, let's let people get into line.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm a UW student here. I'm a senior. One of the founding principles of many religions is the existence of a deeper form of well-being. A state of enlightenment is seen to be attributed to a lot of the most important figures in religion. People have claimed to have achieved an indescribable state of bliss by locking themselves up in caves and meditating for years at a time. Sam Harris takes these experiences seriously and thinks they deserve a scientific explanation. Do you think these experiences warrant scientific inquiry? Why or why not? Thank you.
I'm sure these experiences warrant scientific explanation. I'm fully with Sam Harris in this. I'm not sure whether I've experienced these things myself. I wouldn't be surprised if I did. I think I come close to it when, say, looking in the tropics where there's no light pollution up at the Milky Way, I get a feeling of mystical awe, of almost a worship. I get the same thing when listening to Schubert or Beethoven quartet, when reading a sonnet of Shakespeare, when looking down a microscope, when contemplating the number of neurons in any human brain. These are, I suspect, very similar to the experiences of mystics, and I think they have absolutely nothing whatever to do with anything supernatural. I think they are a response, a very proper response of the human brain to something worthy. I don't need to stop that. I must have leaned on the mouse pad. So yes, I mean, I agree with Sam Harris. Sam Harris even goes so far as to express some sympathy for Buddhism, but I think, need I know, only for the non-supernatural version of Buddhism. And I too have no problem in expressing sympathy for this kind of feeling. I think it's akin to what I was calling before Einsteinian religion.
Mr. Dawkins, thank you very much. Christopher Connor, I've done neuroscience at Bottom College, Oxford, and here at University of Wisconsin. And my question was, what do you say to someone in response to them sneezing?
Unfortunately, when I'm up on the stage, the way that the speakers are going, it makes me hard to be here. Was the word sneezing?
So when someone sneezes, what do you respond with?
Oh. He wants me to say bless you. Okay.
I've only had the same trials and tribulations in my life. And I've not known what to say.
No, I mean, I have no problem with using God language because, after all, we are a Christian culture. There's no question about that. I'm a cultural Christian. I'm a cultural Anglican. Of course, I know the Bible. I dare say I know a bit better than quite a lot of Christians, actually. And I constantly take allusions and using a phrase like "God knows" as a way of saying that I don't is perfectly okay.
My question is, here in Madison, in a lot of places, people don't believe in organized religions, but they have this a la carte version of spirituality that they believe in. And those people think that people like you and me have failed because we're trying to describe something that they feel is not understandable. And I was wondering if you could address that.
Okay, well, that's rather similar to the first question from the young lady. I think that there's a difference between understanding in principle and understanding in practice. And so when you think of, it doesn't have to be a mystical experience like we were talking about before, it could just be something as ordinary as love. I don't, as a scientist, understand everything that's going on in a brain when that brain falls in love. So in practice, I don't understand it, and nobody understands it. But in principle, it is understandable in the sense that it doesn't imply anything beyond the ultimate reach of science. It doesn't imply anything supernatural. If it's beyond the reach of science for all time, then that's only because it's very complicated and science won't actually have the economic or the computing resources or something like that to understand it. It won't be a matter of postulating some entirely different supernatural force because of these, at present, mysterious feelings.
I've heard Daniel Dennett talk about thinking it's appropriate to teach religion in some way in schools in an objective manner, and I was wondering what you think about that.
Yes, I strongly agree with that. I think it's very important that religion should be taught. Comparative religion. Religion is a ubiquitous phenomenon in humanity. All human cultures have it or have had it. You can't understand current politics without it. You can't understand history without it. You can't take your allusions in literature without it. Comparative religion has the additional benefit, educational benefit, that children will realize that there are lots of different religions, and therefore the religion that their parents happen to espouse has nothing special about it. It's just one of many. I think it's of immense educational value to learn, not just about the major world religions like Christianity and Islam and Judaism, but also to learn about Navajo myths and Australian Aboriginal myths and myths from all around the world. Many of them have great poetic beauty. There are quite a lot of similarities between them. There's nothing to choose between them in terms of truth. They're all false. But nevertheless, it's educationally very valuable to learn about them.
Hi, my name is Joe Spolenkin. I'm a graduate student here at UW. I think you'll notice that the audience here tonight was receptive to your ideas to begin with. The people who scare me the most, though, are not attending Dawkins lectures, and they're not reading your books. They have on blinders, and they don't even know who you are. Is there anything we can do to change the minds of the Fred Phillips, the Mike Huckabees, and the Osama bin Ladens in the world? Or do we just have to wait for them to die out and be marginalized by the rest of us?
What a good question, and what a depressing one. I think that there's quite a lot to be said for just raising the standard of education generally. Not specifically going out and proselytizing about atheism, but teach science, teach critical thinking. The philosopher Philip Kitcher, as I was reminded in a session that I had with students earlier today here, made the point that religions tend to go away when economic prosperity is raised, when poverty, when social deprivation is removed, and above all, when education is improved. So maybe that's the answer, to pour resources into education, not just scientific education, but education generally. But I don't have any easy answer.